Welcome back to SportsLine here on News Channel 5 Plus. Great to have you with us on this Wednesday. Again, the number 737-7767 if you'd like to give us a call. Titans 6-2. They head to L.A. for Sunday Night Football against the Rams. The Rams are having a great season, 7-1. Matthew Stafford, their quarterback, who they got from the Lions, is playing extremely well. Their offense is clicking. Their defense, which was pretty good to begin with, just got better this week with the addition of future Hall of Fame edge rusher Von Miller, who they acquired in a trade from the Denver Broncos, to go with Aaron Donald and, of course, Jalen Ramsey, the Nashville kid. So it should be an outstanding game. A big test for the Titans, especially without Derrick Henry, who, as you know by now, is going to be out for the foreseeable future with a foot injury, underwent foot surgery. I believe yesterday, reports say everything went well, and he'll begin his rehab at some point. So a tough task trying to replace Derrick Henry for head coach Mike Vrabel and his team, but the show must go on. 8 games into a 17-game season, still a lot of football to play. Here is Mike Vrabel meeting with the media today at practice, talking about Derrick Henry being out and also, among other things, the addition of running back Adrian Peterson, who they signed earlier this week.
Love it.
Mike, you mentioned being creative on Monday with the offense. How much does it help having Ryan Tannehill and what he's been able to do for you these last couple of years as you try to, maybe adapt not having Derrick?
Well, I think Ryan's done a great job for us. I think his toughness, his understanding of our offense and what we're trying to do each and every week has, been good. It can always improve, and we got a lot of things to work on, but hopefully we can get off to a good start today.
Adrian Peterson's role will be determined at a later point, but stylistically, how does he fit into what you guys like to do and your identity?
Well, I think he's always run extremely hard. I think he's, been decisive. He's been strong with the football. So, again, we'll see where he's at this week and, work towards the end of the week and see who's going to end up helping us.
Well, guys haven't been playing. How do you go about getting them in football shape at this juncture?
Well, I think you hope that they've been doing some stuff, and then the workout, tries to define, what kind of shape they're in a little bit. We'll have to, work them back into shape and, put some pads on them and try to, give them some contact and, see if they can, adjust to take care of the football. Most of the guys that we have here have, run with the football and, in the games, and especially the ones we added, Deontay and Adrian.
Is there a certain opportunity right now maybe to exploit your tendencies, given that you're going to have some different personnel now?
For us, our tendencies, yeah. I think that's something that's always going to look, we're looking at, we're 8 games in, and, so we're always going to have to continue to evaluate what we're doing in all 3 phases and making sure that things stay fresh, but also, be able to do what we believe is a foundation for us and that our players understand.
What was your initial conversation like with Adrian? Everybody excited to be with the team, excited to help, excited to kind of get back into football condition?
My conversation? Yeah, just, figure out what to do, go as hard as you can, take care of the football, try to learn the details of the play, play with great effort, and don't do dumb stuff to hurt the team.
Biggest challenge, whether it's Adrian or
Adrian,
whether it's Adrian or anybody else coming in, what's the challenge of kind of a crash course in learning an offense?
Well, Dontrell did that last week. He came in, met with Tony. I mentioned that. You just have to put extra meetings in, pay attention and focus. And I think for some positions, there's probably less learning. I think. It's not like it's an offensive line where there's a lot of stuff, or a receiver where now, there's a lot of vocabulary that changes and formations are called something different. So hopefully we can get these guys brought up to speed quickly.
When you played, how much did who the running back was factor into how you ultimately reacted to play action?
That's so long ago. That's so long ago. I think that I'm not going to answer that question as a player. I would answer it as a coach and say that the success I think that you're having running the football. I think that the way the offensive line and everybody comes off the football, the action of the backfield, are all things that I think we look at in play action, whether that's our offense or what we would look at it from a defensive standpoint.
Although you may get creative offensively, how important is it to kind of stick to that identity and what it is you guys do well?
I mean, I think we have a certain, style that we're accustomed to, and that when we win football games, we're doing certain things. So it's a fine line between, making sure that we're doing the stuff that our guys have been repping and understand, and that are confident in, and then also, we'll always try to find new ways to help us run the football, throw the football, get stops on third down, but to what extent?
Have you had any conversations with AJ about how he is likely to receive a lot more attention now with Derek out of the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure AJ, receives a lot of attention anyways. We'll kind of see where that goes this week. I think we always have to be prepared and ready for everything.
How's Stafford done with the Rams? What are you seeing from him maybe in their offense?
Well, I would, he's at top of most statistical categories. Great grasp of, what they want to do. His ability to manage the line of scrimmage, great cadence, arm talent. The way he moves inside the pocket is very impressive. So, they're playing extremely well. They're playing extremely explosive, and it'll be a great challenge.
You talked Monday about the leadership shift that comes with the void from Derek. You expect that to kind of happen naturally? You expect guys to talk about it? Do you have any conversations about it? How's it work?
No, there wasn't our focus was on, the Rams. I think some of that will occur fairly naturally, and we'll see, kind of where that goes. And, I'm confident that everybody, the leadership will be just as strong, and, as we work our way through the week and trying to keep guys focused.
With Deontay Foreman being added and McNichols already being there, do you envision possibly having a committee? Because you mentioned that on Monday, how you've seen other teams do it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that there's a lot of factors that go into that. Jeremy has done a nice job for us when we've asked him to, or we've thrown him the football. Obviously, he has a role in our football team. Deontay's carried it for us before. Dontrell was working last week, and then now with the addition of Adrian, we'll kind of just see where everything goes as it plays out through the week, and see which guys are going to be available for us on Sunday.
And with that process with Adrian Peterson, it went from him possibly visiting to him visiting and then signing very quickly. What was it that made that process so be expedited so quickly?
Well, I mean, you got to get somebody, and I mean, it's only you got to worry about guys going other places, guys signing other places, getting ready for the week, getting them caught up to speed. I think everything's determined by how they look and the workout and the physical and everything else that goes into bringing players in.
Josh got to do is maybe get more involved in the offense. Is it just a matter of practicing better, or anything in particular?
No, nothing in particular. Our receivers have to block better. We need to see our ability to block, take care of the guy with the football, play better without the football, continue to fight to get open, keep working and practicing, and those are all things that they're all working on doing.
You had mentioned Matthew Stafford, and just one of his most crucial weapons this year has been Cooper Kupp. I mean, what do you see out of a guy like that who's having an incredible year? Well,
I would say not only does he lead the league in touchdowns and catches and targets, but I would say that him and Woods are probably two of the best blocking wide receivers in the league. It's been impressive just to watch them, not only with their route craft and what they do, but the commitment that they make to blocking players. And I'm not talking just DBs. They're trying to block outside linebackers or cut them off or whatever they need to do in their offense.
What should change, or what does change with an offensive approach when you're facing one of those just elite corners like Ramsey, who a lot of times can just take a guy out of the game.
Well, I think you want to be, smart. I think, again, I've never thrown a pass in any sort of competitive football game. So my guess is that you would want to be smart to where you're throwing over there with someone that's that good. And then kind of see where they're playing him. He's played all over the place. They've blitzed him, and he's played in the slots, played on the outside. He's matched players. So, we'll have to see where he's at on Sunday and then adjust accordingly.
Mike, how optimistic are you about Julio in the short term here in the next few weeks?
I'm always optimistic, about the guys that are, weren't with us last week, that they're continuing to improve and continue to be available. And, we'll see, obviously how he responds here the next couple of days of practice. And, got some other guys that are in that same category.
How much of a problem is Aaron Donald for any offensive line?
I mean, you could ask anybody that question, and they'd say a huge problem. I mean, just, again, when elite players, talented players play with great technique and effort, they become, Hall of Fame players, and that's what Aaron's done. He's got explosiveness. He's athletic. He's very flexible, obviously, to be able to bend, and he's quick with his hands. But then when he plays the run, his hands go right in the guy's chest. His hands are above his eyes, and he's playing with great pad level. So, there's a lot of problems there, and then obviously the effort that he plays to be able to chase down plays and disrupt them.
Coming off of 4 straight wins against very good teams, how much do you feel this last month, the last several games, have kind of prepared you and your team for this big matchup on Sunday night?
Well, I think they all prepare. I think you have to try to hope that every game is going to prepare you at some point. The things that come up, and we've been fortunate enough to win those games that you've mentioned. So hopefully some of the situations that have come up, or things that we needed to improve on those, we'll have a chance to improve if we face them on Sunday night. Maybe the 4th and goal, and maybe we get a stop this time instead of giving up the touchdown that we gave after playing 3 really great plays inside the 2-yard line or whatever it was. Maybe this time that we can find a way to get a stop, or be better in short yardage, or whatever it may be. Penalties. Hopefully we can learn and stop killing ourselves with some penalties.
Is it generally expected that like a rookie offensive lineman improves quicker as a run guy as opposed to a pass guy? Does it take?
I don't have any general. I'm not even sure what you said. Expectations, or?
Yeah, just in general for like a rookie offensive lineman, is it easier to get adjusted to the run game?
Well, I think probably the only thing I can relate that to is, Tyler's high school threw it 55 times a game, and they ran it whenever the quarterback scrambled. So when he made that transition, run blocking wasn't something that they necessarily did, and so that was probably something that he wasn't quite as proficient at and had to improve. We would hope that they would every player would improve in all aspects of their position, whether it be run blocking or pass blocking, working off of press coverage as a receiver, man-to-man coverage from off or from press. So there's a lot of things that we hope that they improve on, and I've never looked at it like I'm going to categorize or prioritize, one or the other. There's a certain skill set that they all have to do at every position.
There you have it. Mike Vrabel, head coach of the Titans, meeting with the media today. Of course, the Titans in L.A. Sunday night for a big matchup against the Rams on Sunday Night Football. And, of course, Coach fielding several questions about the addition of Adrian Peterson, and his response was typical Mike Vrabel. We'll see if he's ready. And so I'm sure the plan would be to have Adrian Peterson available to play Sunday if they can get him up to speed with the offense. He did practice today, assuming he does practice tomorrow and Friday before they head out to L.A. on Saturday. So we will see. Make sure you keep it locked on the News Channel 5 Sports throughout the week for all the updates there. All right, time for another break. Don't forget Joe Rexrode will join us at 8:45. Up next, we're going to hear from QB1, Ryan Tannehill. What's his life going to be like without Derrick Henry? Hear what he has to say next here on SportsLine.